You have blue shoes on.
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you. Do you do any exercise with your feet, like turns and twists?
Yes, occasionally. After I've been painting for a really long session, I'll have to do a little stretch like that. Oh, that feels
Do you like clockwise or do you like counterclockwise?
I'd like a combination of both, actually.
Wonderful. I know both of your shoes match. Do they usually match?
Typically, yes. I
They
buy
do.
them as a pair and wear them that way.
Which I'm wondering about. How did this show transpire? How did it come to be on the walls of 205 Lavinia?
Well, that's a very good question. I guess I met Jeanie through Basso Moderno Duo, and they introduced us. And Jeanie and I were discussing about possibly her hosting a show here. And I said, well, you know, let me take a look around my studio and see what kind of show I can come up with. And I was looking around and I came across one of my most favorite paintings that was done about 3 years ago, and it's called Twilight of What's to Come. It has a little kind of bird-like image on it, and I thought, why don't I try to make a show about the miracle of flight? Because I have a lot of paintings that deal with birds or angels or, you know, things with wings, basically, literal or figuratively. And so I went through all my different paintings, and I was able to amass about 33 of them. And here we are at 205 Lavinia with Flights of Fancy.
Now, right at this moment. So let's back up and let me ask you your age.
Well, I'm not too fond of telling people my age. I'm going to have to say no comment on the age.
Now, let me ask you why. That's okay. Why are you afraid of age? Let's go into that.
That's an excellent question. I don't know why, and I'll tell you. On my birthday, I have this need to be out of the country, in a foreign country where I don't speak the language, just so that I'm not freaked out by my birthday and I can only concentrate on like being able to like get a sandwich or something, you know, in some like in Turkish or something. So I don't even have to worry. So the day after my birthday, I'm like, oh, that was my birthday? I didn't even realize. I was so busy trying to figure out how to order a sandwich, you know.
So we're going to call you ageless.
Ageless, thank you. Beautiful.
Now that we know that you're ageless, can you tell me at least where you were born?
Yes, I'm very proud to have been born in Brooklyn, New York.
I love Brooklyn. One of my favorite places.
Isn't it the coolest?
Do you live there now?
No, I wish I did though. My family, my grandmother lived there, my grandfather lived there, you know, the whole family was there, and we own brownstones, and sadly they've been sold, and now we have like no ties there. My mom lives on Long Island, my dad used to live on Long Island, now he just moved to Florida.
So you were exposed to the arts?
Oh, very much so. And both of my parents, although both of them were white collar workers, they both were big, my mom loved Salvador Dali, so we had all these Salvador Dali books in the house, and I can remember being 4 or 5 being freaked out by looking at his books and saying, holy crap, you know?
How about high school, and were you majoring in the arts in high school?
No, you know, high school was a funny time. My parents, my dad was very strict. When I graduated from high school, he's like, so what do you want to be, an accountant or a lawyer? Because he was paying for college.
How did you make the breakthrough from the accounting thing to the art?
Well, I'd always been painting. Even, you know, I was always crafty. I was always painting, always making things, and you know, making stuff for my mom and whatever, gifts, and always painting. Like no matter what aspect of my life I was going through, I always had a paintbrush with me. And so I went to this film school and just kind of opened up a whole new world to me.
Was that when you...
School in Boston, Emerson College, that would be perfect for you. So I was like, oh, okay, that sounds great. So I decided I'll go there, get my degree. And I went there initially as a radio major, but then I found film and I fell in love. So I thought, okay, this is it. I'll be a filmmaker.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, but I've been painting the whole time. Like I was always painting, was making my film, I was painting.
So painting was pretty much your life.
Yeah, I mean, it was always there. And I remember at one point, I'd already graduated from college. I moved to Paris. I thought I'd be, you know, move to Paris, be a filmmaker. And you know, it was very fun and bohemian, and I was like living off the fat of the land. Me and a bunch of other squatters were living in this, you know, deserted old apartment.
How long was this? What length of period?
I was in Paris for about a year.
Heather, we stopped at 2000. Give me a short timeline from 2000 to the present, what you were doing with your career.
Well, in the year 2000, I decided to become a full-time professional artist. And so far, knock on wood, I've been fairly successful with shows, sales, public opinion kind of thing. So One of my favorites, titled "The World is a Better Place Knowing You're in It." And it's all about that feeling that you have when you meet someone who just rocks your world and you're just like, wow, I'm so glad that you are alive and a person today and I can actually know you. So it's like just this joyous celebration, and this is kind of like a ship, and here's the masthead, you know, the female body that comes on some ships with the headlight coming out, and this is like the new hero icon model, the horse, you know, the stallion, and strong and powerful, yet beautiful and graceful, and you know, bubblegum clouds, all yummy and tasty. And then there's kind of like over here, you see a kind of like a mermaid, you know, fantastical, beautiful mermaid, and here's like an eye, which I just love eyes. I find them so, you know, hypnotic.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful that you told me, because I wouldn't really know that it was a Prozac.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now
but
that
you see his eyes are a little glazed,
now I see the eyes.
The bird is a little wavy and not really all there, and then the flowers.
His head is definitely tranquilized.
Yeah, and his little tongue is hanging out.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it looks like we got some kind of this. The flower looks like an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
And look at this one. This is incredible.
Yeah. No, this
I go for the figures. I'm a figure painter. So
yeah, a lot of people attract themselves.
I'm attracted to this one.
This is my husband, and this is the Bluebird of Truth, telling him everything he needs to know. And from the sun is emanating a black. You know, one of the rays is black because he has a dark streak in him. And he's from Texas, so that's why he has the cowboy hat on, that kind of green, somewhat cowboyish hat looking. And
now I could see this picture definitely hanging in the Museum of Modern Art.
Really? Fantastic. That's my goal.
Heather, it was so wonderful talking to you.
It was great to talk to you.
And really meeting you.
Yeah. I'll see you at the show.
I wish I could see what you look like.
Come to my opening exhibition on Saturday, August 11th, from 6 till 8 p.m.
Will I be able to recognize you?
Yes, I think you might.
Oh, that's wonderful. Will you be wearing a color that I can pick out in the crowd?
I'll be wearing this white hat.
That white hat, so I'm going to look for the white hat. What a wonderful experience. Heather, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope someday you can stop by my studio.
Oh, I hope so. I look forward to it.
And I can show you my Prozac hats. Thank you.